Welcome back, you guys, to another Saturday door knocking session with your boy Brandon. So yes, still working 7 days a week, door knocking on the weekends, hitting up foreclosures, hitting up pre-foreclosures, water shutoff valves. Long story, I'm doing some plumbing work. Water shutoff lists. Let's see, what are other good ones? Tax delinquent, right? Pre-foreclosures. Anybody who has pressing issues, right? Even city code violations. That's another good list, right? They have 50 cars piled up. They got trash everywhere. Their grass is really high. They're not taking care of their property, right? Figure out why. So anyways, those are all great ones to knock. But today I want to talk about what is stopping you. Because if you're watching these type of videos, if you're watching me and other people, right? Meet Kevin, Andre Jick, Grant Cardone, Dave Ramsey, right? If you're interested in real estate and making money and you know, whatever, you know, debt and all that different stuff, meet Kevin. I mean, yeah, so all these people, right? If you're watching all these people and you happen to watch me, you're a very lucky individual. But two, what's stopping you from implementing? Like, I want to kind of get into the mental today, right? Like, we all know how to get rich, right? We all know, right? We stop spending money needlessly, make more money. You know, maybe that's a little bit complicated, right? Like, okay, well, what am I going to do to make more money? Am I going to work 7 days a week like an idiot, like Brandon over here? Am I going to just, you know, suffocate my soul by, you know, selling out to corporate overlords and working 9 to 5, grind, and ask for overtime? I mean, maybe, right? Like, am I tired? Do I wish I, you know, didn't have to do all this stuff? And I don't have to. I really don't. If I was okay with where I'm at right now, I don't know if I could stop making money, but I could do 90% less than what I'm doing right now. But here's the thing, guys. Something is stopping you mentally from achieving your goals and achieving your dreams. And it could just be you're not willing to do the work. And that's okay. You just have to be okay with that. You have to understand, like, hey, if I don't want to grind, if I'm not gonna take the time to figure out what I need to do, if I'm not gonna go to the gym to get the results, that's okay. It is. It's okay. You don't need to beat yourself up. But if you do want the results, if you do want the money, if you are willing to work hard and you are willing to chase your goal and struggle and fail and get back up and keep working and grinding and suffering, right? I remember, and there's this one guy, one of my buddies, I told him, I said, you know, the first year that I got really serious about wanting to get wealthy was probably the worst year of my life. I suffered more than I have ever had in my life. I removed all pleasantries from my life, right? I didn't go out. I didn't spend money. I didn't do anything fun. I didn't spend time, you know, I wouldn't go out and drive to the balloon festival. I wouldn't go out to concerts. I didn't do anything, and I mean this, I didn't do anything unless it put money directly into my pocket. And I did that for a year. And then the next thing was I did everything in my power to keep all of the pennies I could. If it was something that was taking money out of my pocket, I focused on it like a freaking laser beam. And if I could save 50 cents a month, I would do it. I was collecting cans. I was eating just the cheapest, top ramen and beans and rice and beans. Like, I was actually doing that, and it was awful. I mean, I suffered. That was the year of suffering. And I tell my friends that, and I'll consider you guys my, you know, my internet friends. If you are really serious, like if you're committed, right? Like if you are committed, if you're ready to, as Tony Robbins says, and I think he stole that from somebody, right? If you're ready to burn the boats and you are not willing to accept any other option than getting wealthy, and you're willing to do whatever it takes, be prepared to suffer. And you need to suffer for at least a year. I just watched a video of Grant Cardone, where obviously doing much better than me. I watched a video of Grant Cardone, and he said to not improve your lifestyle. And I may be misquoting him, but I don't think so. Do not improve your lifestyle for a minimum of 10 years. 10 years of staying where you're at right now, or even multiple steps below. Because that's what I did, right? I was living a little bit, you know, better than I should have, and I decided I was just going to just change everything. Got the cheapest cell phone plan, and for a split second, until I got into another sales job, I was doing some manual labor work. I got a flip phone. Like, I didn't even have a smartphone because I didn't want to pay for unlimited data. I got the cheapest everything I could. I didn't buy any clothes for at least a year. And I mean, hey, honestly, you guys, that Christmas and that birthday and those special events, right? They weren't special. It was another day. I mean, obviously for your birthday, you can go out and get some freebies, right? Free Dutch Bros, depending on where you're at in the country. There's some companies that will reward you if it's your birthday. And those are the things I did absolutely for free. If it cost me money to get the free thing, didn't do it. I went out and I did, and yeah, I spent, and I thought about it too. I was like, how many of these things can I walk to, and how many of these things is going to take me gas to get to them, right? So I thought about it like critically, because it's obviously my birthday and the holidays, and yes, I did spend time with my family, you know, and I did go to the trip and everything, right? You gotta, you know, there's unfortunate or fortunate societal things, right, where you have responsibilities and obligations to your family and stuff. So I did do that, but it was extremely frugal. I made things. It was not a traditional Christmas, for sure. And if you don't celebrate that, you know, whatever it is you're celebrating, holiday, you know, your religious stuff. But yeah, be prepared to suffer. And if you're not prepared to suffer, that's okay. It's going to take you longer to get to where you're trying to go. And as long as you're okay with that, then it's fine, right? Like if you just want to cut back a little bit, then cut back a little bit. If you're willing to make a drastic change and change the trajectory of your life, you have to make massive, like Tony Robbins says, take massive action. So that's what I did. I took massive action and I changed my spending, and within 13 months of doing that, I bought a house. I was moving into my house 13 months later. And yes, I had to improve my credit. Yes, I had to pay down debt. Yes, I had to improve my income situation, right? I really had to focus hard on my sales job. And there was a lot of things that I had to do on top of just, you know, saving money. I had to make more money. So I guess, yeah, it just, the mental behind it, right? You have to sit down with yourself. No, not your partner, not your mom and your dad, not your teachers, maybe not even your mentor, right? And so you have to like really inwardly reflect and think to yourself, am I willing to do what is required to achieve my goal? And that's varying levels, right? Like you can go really, really hard and suffer and get it faster. If you're willing to wait, like, okay, I really want to buy a house, but I also don't want to suffer too much. That's fine. It may take you 5 years to get a house, maybe 7, right? The economy sucks. But you can still scrimp and save here and there, right? Instead of getting front row tickets for whatever football or sporting event, maybe get the ones that are $100 cheaper, right? You can still save money while spending it, right? Just get the cheaper alternative, get the cheaper version, right? Start buying off-brand laundry detergent, whatever, right? It all depends on how hard you're willing to go. And that is a deeply personal question. That's why they call it personal finance, right? Because everything is personal to you, right? What worked for me won't work for you. What works for you may not work for me, right? Like if I saw somebody taking 7 years to buy their first house, I'd probably be stressed out. I'd be like, I need to go faster. I need to hurry, right? And that's just something within me that pushes me to go faster and hopefully farther. But yeah, so I just wanted to make that video, you guys. I hope that means something to you. I hope if you're in this journey and you're trying to learn from people and you're trying to grow and you're trying to get wealth and net worth and rental properties and stocks and whatever, like that you think about that and like, how much am I willing to invest? Because every dollar you invest is money that you could not spend. So think about it that way, you guys. Realize that you're going to have to make some sacrifices if you truly want financial independence and freedom, financial flexibility to do the things that you want to do, to buy your time back. If those things are important to you, it's up to you to figure out how important it is and how hard you're willing to work for those things. Other than that, you guys, I'm going to go knock this door. Peace.